Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Defend Philly. We are meeting today after the first Flyers win of the season. Yep. And Lewis and I
Huge
were
W.
both in attendance.
We
So
were.
we're going to give you like a 5-minute breakdown, what we saw that we liked, what we saw that we didn't like, maybe in between. I mean, we defeated the reigning champions, the two-time reigning champions, and I gotta say, my first thing is I have beef with the NHL for whoever scheduled us to play them twice in the first three games.
And not only are we playing the back-to-back champs twice in the first three games, we played in between, we sandwiched in between that the Carolina Hurricanes. I lost you there for a second.
You froze. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Okay,
Did you hear what I
start.
said?
Not only okay, I'm back. Ready? Not
Yeah.
only.
Not only did we play the back-to-back defending champions, okay? We like game one, the defending champions, game three, the defending champions. But sandwiched in between that, we played the Carolina Hurricanes, who a lot of people believe are the second best team in the Eastern Conference. So not only have we played the first best team in back-to-back Cup champions twice in three games, we also played a huge contender in the Carolina Hurricanes, and we showed up in all three games.
We were in all three games. And I gotta say, like, during the game tonight, we can recap it a little bit. So, Flyers get the first goal. Then,
Flyers get the first goal. It was a Tyson Forrester
okay.
goal from Coots. Second period, and that was to put the Flyers up 1-0. That's what we ended the first period.
And
One
I
nothing.
gotta say, that first period, they were going fast. I texted you and I said, Lewis, I don't think they can keep this up. I said, this is great hockey and I love seeing it, but I have been disappointed by this team one too many times, I think. But also, I mean, the pace that they were playing at and the way they were dominating the offensive zone, I was like, geez, and the shots. The shots at the end of the first period did not show how dominant the Flyers really were. I think you really got to look at that time of possession to see because they really dominated.
Yeah, and you're right. They came out flying, and it was at a pace that I haven't seen yet this year. They looked particularly on top of it tonight and organized too. That's something that I always that's something we've been watching for a long time with the Philadelphia Flyers. It just looks disorganized. It looks elementary, as if no one knows where they're supposed to be on the ice. Tonight, everybody was in the right positions, down to Christian Dvorak, who, some thought coming in he was going to be your fourth line center. Looks like he's drawn in at the second line the past three games, and he's just in the right spots. You know what I mean? He's not getting, the huge opportunities. He did actually have a point tonight. But, everybody seemed to be in the right spots. It's been impressive.
Yep. And can we talk about the one person that was in the right spot and actually had a show-stopping performance? Because because um do the Flyers maybe have good goaltending? Because Dan Vladar showed up, and it wasn't just the saves that you're supposed to make. He was making the saves that they're 50-50. And those extra saves that he made really helped the Flyers in this game. And he was on fire, and you could see it. We might insert the video, but after that first goal he let in, he was mad. And
Yeah.
he did not get up from the ice for a second. And then he finally did, and you could see he was kicking himself. He was so not happy with that. And I think, go ahead.
No, I was saying it wasn't even necessarily his fault. It was a complete breakdown.
Nope.
And, he got kind of caught, but there's nothing he could do about it. I think it was Sam Bennett. Kind of, yeah, it was Sam Bennett just
It
kind
was
of
the Sam
wrapped.
scored.
Yeah, two Sams, Sam
Reinhardt had it.
Reinhart. Yeah. He just wrapped it around the net, and you're right. Vladar was kicking himself, and that's what you like to see. Some goalies. Look, goalies are supposed to have a short-term memory. When I played goalie for a little while, when I was a kid, but I was always taught have a short memory, and you can own it for a second and look like Vladar owned it for a second, but he shook it off and had some huge saves, especially on the penalty kill. Because late in the game, the Flyers just all of a sudden started taking penalties. In
And
in the third period, there was three penalties.
And I mean, Tocchet said it in his post-game presser. He was like, there were what, 15 penalties in the last couple games. He was
The
like, that
past
is
three games.
3 games. That is not acceptable. And he
Not
knows that. And I think that's a good thing. That's a good starting point that he knows that we can't keep that up. But I mean, I think Vladar coming in, he's not, I don't see it as such like he's trying to get the starting spot as much as we know Ersson can't go a full season. Vladar coming in brings competition. It brings a light and duty for Ersson. And if you're winning the game, I don't care who's in net. If we're winning games, fine. And I think that the two of them might create, I mean, there are teams that have this good two goalie tandem, and it's like they step up and they're competitive with each other, but not in a way that hurts the team. And this could be something. We have a legitimate, we have two legitimate goalies right now, and that is terrifying and exciting and all of the above.
Yeah, it's terrifying because it's not necessarily supposed to be that way. The whole offseason, you could talk to anybody, and it was
First
like,
podcast episode.
hey, the Flyers have two backup goalies on their roster right now. They're not playing like backups. They are playing, they showed up. They really have showed up. And that's really encouraging for a team who, for the past few years has been struggling to score. Now, obviously, we've added some pieces to the roster, like a Trevor Zegras, who can be really creative and create scoring opportunities.
We need to
But
talk about
backstop
that.
help. Yeah,
The Zegras pass to Coots,
nasty.
he took what Florida did to us and 2 games ago
Yep.
and did it to them. The way he was in those, like the two defenders were on him, he was willing to take the hit, but made the smart, like the hockey IQ in that pass. Smart pass to Coots. Coots is there where he needs to be. Also, Coots, 2 goals. What do you mean?
Almost three, and he passed it away at the end. He could
I
have had a hat trick.
have a video of me in the moment, and I'm like, come on, come on. No, he could have had that hat trick, but I
Could have
will
had a hat
say
trick.
the leadership that I saw from him to be able to put your own scoring and record aside, he could have had it. He so easily could have had it. He so easily could have made a play to try and get it, but instead he saw a guy open and he passed it. And
Yep.
that alone, I was I was calling for TK to become the new captain. I mean, I was a little hesitant about this, but I think that like sense of leadership to be able to forego a hat trick in your first home game and give someone else a goal. I'm impressed, Coots.
I have to wonder. So I had kind of thought similarly for a while. I've been kind of saying, I really would like, I would love Travis Konechny to be the captain of the team, but I think I have to wonder if the past few years John Tortorella has really kept Sean Couturier down. I mean, he seems like he is playing with a total weight lifted off his shoulders. He had an okay first 2 games tonight. He really showed up, and the crowd was in it, and it really helped. I was listening to Bobby Brink after the
Was
game,
happy about that.
and he was happy about the crowd. He said, playing in front of the Philadelphia fans, it's a sports city, and he said, playing in front of these fans when they bring it, they bring it. So, you know. It's a hockey city. Yeah,
And then
don't say
we
that.
got to talk about the best part of the night as we close off. The best part of the night for me was they've had the big chain, they've had the hat, but the Bernie Parent face mask that they awarded in the locker room, that is they put the one on the patch on the sleeve, they put the one on the ice. The face mask to me, awarding that in the locker room is the biggest honor. And that is, we knew they were going to do something. And that to me, just like, nope, well done, wonderful execution, no notes.
Yeah, I think I really do think it seems that Bernie Prance kind of sparked a, you know, at the end of the Phillies season, we were talking about, oh, win it for Wheeler. I think, this season could be a win it for Bernie season. Now, are we going to win the cup? Look, you
Define
can't,
winning.
there's a non-zero chance that we win the Stanley Cup.
Make the
Non-zero.
playoffs for Bernie and I'll be happy.
Yeah, how about let's be over 500 for Bernie and I'll be happy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, as always, thank you all for tuning in. And this was a short recap, but we'll have a full episode out soon. And thank you.
Let's go Flyers.